Do you know anyone who is a bit of a lazybones? Someone who's always trying to find a way not to do her chores, or maybe someone who tries to get other people to do his chores. I wonder, how do you think we should deal with such lazybones? Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Pelly. Welcome to Journey with Story. Today's episode is dedicated again to all of our wonderful loyal listeners in Australia. So many of you have sent us lovely messages and drawings and written some great reviews for our podcast. So we want you to know how much we love all our Australian fans. Thank you. So, of course, this story is from Australia, and it's all about a very, very lazy koala who pays a heavy price for being so lazy. Oh, how would you like some colouring sheets to go along with some of our favourite fairy tale episodes from this podcast? Can you go and get your mummy or daddy or grown-up, ask them to take a listen, and let's see how to do that? Hello, grown-ups. If you'd like some colouring sheets of our 5 favourite fairy tale episodes, then you can just go to www.journeywithstory.com and click there, and you'll have 5 favourite fairy tale colouring sheets. You can do it right now. Just hit pause, and I'll be right here when you come back. Okay, did some of you do that? Great. And if you did, you'll see there's one blank page there in those colouring sheets, and that is for you to draw your favourite part of whatever episode you're listening to. It could be this one or another one. Let's take a journey with Why Koala Has a Stumpy Tail. Long ago, Tree Kangaroo and Koala were good friends. In those days, Koala had a beautiful bushy tail that swished and swooshed this way and that. This is the story of how Koala ended up with a short stump of a tail. This was the year when a great drought descended on the land. For days and weeks and months, no rains fell. The earth grew parched and cracked. All the streams dried up. There was no water to be found. Even the leaves on the trees withered up and died. Koala headed off to visit Tree Kangaroo to see if he could help. I have an idea, said Tree Kangaroo. Once, when I was very little, I remember a dry season just like this, and my mother took me to the dried-up riverbed. She began to dig and dig and dig until finally a tiny trickle of water gurgled up from the ground and made a little pool. It wasn't much, but it was enough for us to quench our thirst. Oh, let's try that, cried Koala. The two of them scurried off to find the nearest dried-up riverbed. But by the time they reached there, Koala was hot and sweaty and very tired. Why don't you go ahead and start digging, he suggested, while I take a rest up here in this tree and gather my strength. Then after I am all rested up, I will dig and you can rest. Very well, agreed Tree Kangaroo, and he set to work, digging with all his might and strength. It was hard work in the sweltering heat of the sun, but the thought of drinking his fill with some fresh, cool water made him keep going. A little later he looked up and saw that Koala was now sound asleep nestled in the tree. Ah, well, thought Tree Kangaroo, he should be all rested up in a short while, and then it will be my turn to take a rest. So then he went back to his digging. Finally, Koala woke up. Tree Kangaroo stopped his digging. Now it's your turn to dig while I rest, he said. Very well, agreed Koala as he began to climb down the tree, but suddenly he stopped and cried, Ouch! Ouch! Oh no, I have a thorn in my foot. You better just keep digging while I get it out. So Tree Kangaroo went back to his digging. But even though the hole was very deep by now, there was still no sign of any water. Tree Kangaroo stomped his foot. "Enough!" he shouted. "I am exhausted with all this digging. It is time for you to take your turn at digging, Koala. You get down from your tree right now and get to work. I need a rest." Once again, Koala started to climb down the tree, but then he began to shiver and shake. "Oh, no!" he cried. "I am having a dizzy spell. It must be because I've not had any water. I will need to rest a little longer until I feel better." Tree Kangaroo stamped his foot in anger, but what could he do? He knew there was only one way to find water, and that was for him to keep digging. And so he set to work again, grumbling under his breath about lazy Koala. Suddenly, a tiny trickle of water gushed out. At last!" shouted Tree Kangaroo. "Water!" At once, Koala scurried down the tree as fast as he could and rushed to the hole, shoving Kangaroo out of the way. He bent over the hole and gulped the water up fast and furious. "Hey, save some for me!" shouted Tree Kangaroo. But Koala paid him no heed. He was too busy drinking all of the water. Tree Kangaroo could stand it no more. He grabbed Koala's tail, pulling it with all of his might and will until, suddenly, in one big plop, the tail broke right off, leaving Koala with only a measly little stump. And so it is that koalas now only have a short, stumpy tail, because Koala was once so lazy and so selfish, and he lost a good friend as well. So don't forget, you can download those very popular 5 favourite fairy tales colouring sheets at www.journeywithsori.com. And when you sign up to my email list, you'll get all kinds of updates about this podcast, upcoming books, and other bits and bobs around the wonderful world of stories. Cheerio then. Join me next time for Journey with Story.